But why would we need to do that when Agent Select is right there and ready for us? We're actually going to be seeing Ruxic play the Viper, which honestly, I'm not mad about Mini. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, he's a good Viper. The thing that strikes me here is Sociable and Yoru.
Yeah.
Like, that's the strange thing here. When you've got both Ruxic and Hero on Sova as well, like, something feels a little bit off with the roles here. We expect Hero and Ruxic, those are the players that we keep talking about, and they've been kind of put onto that more reserved slot into this composition. And then on the other side, Vikash on Jet. Okay.
You sound very happy,
What?
very excited.
Why is okay. I mean, Alpha. What?
Alpha on Viper is kind of playing into the whole like Alpha being on this more reserved sentinel
but Vikash
anchor.
on Jet?
Yeah. Not the KO. The Jet.
I mean,
do you want to talk about it, Mini?
I don't know. I don't know. He's not a player that I consider as a second
No,
duelist.
I think this is fine. He has played Jet in the past. I think back to like his Challengers days, he was playing.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, before he joined Gentlemen.
On a team with Alpha Year, and Alpha Year has to play Viper. Alpha Year's fuming right now. He's like, I gotta play Viper.
Maybe you can ask him that.
We've got 2 other duelists in my team, and I've got to play Viper. Ask him, I will be.
Yeah.
He won't be happy.
There we go. That's one of the questions that
So
we're
my eyes are on
discussing later on.
Vikash this game and Sociable, honestly, because they're taking up slots here for what could be other players in the team.
All right, well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see how this competition is going to play out. But at least, you know, Fnatic's coach keeping his promise. It is going to be a little different, a little surprising. No Sage here, but we're ready to head into our second map of the series. Breeze coming up next with Mitch and Tom.
Thank you very much. Yes, a second map, but do we get a third? Fnatic winning out the first pick. It's a bad sign, Tom, after we got out of the first half. But Navi had a hell of a resurgence. Do you think they have what it takes to beat Fnatic here on Breeze?
To be honest, I'm too busy being bathed by, like with Mini, what Mini was saying. I like, when you have Alfia, who like, say for example, we saw him play Jet on Abyss at times and was utterly insane on Jet. He's also Turkish, so it's just like, he is just good at Jet naturally. He was born good at Jet.
Yeah.
And then Vekash, who just played a great Viper.
Pretty good Viper, yeah.
Really nice
Solid.
Viper. Enjoyed the Viper a lot. I don't know why they've done this. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. I do trust Milan, but maybe the altitude of how tall he is has got to his head and he's getting a little bit of like lack of oxygen and that's why he's done the roles this way around. On the other side of things, Sociable in an aggro role excites me a lot. Like, I love seeing him play like a chamber, like getting him on an operator and in your face, I think is going to be hard to deal with. And he's got crazy aim. So I think that Sociable Yoru might be the most exciting thing in this game. And then the combo on the other side it's weird. It's weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, the comp, you're saying the comp on Fnatic side is weird.
The choice of who's playing.
Yes, exactly. Because the composition itself, I think to most people, they'll be like, well, I mean, that seems like it could work. I don't see glaring issues, but yeah, Vikash and Alfier having that little bit of a switch up is strange. And I think we haven't seen, it's very difficult to find players that are that comfortable to completely rejig their roles in between maps. Like solid flexes like that are usually like maximum 1 per team. But yeah, the vision, I don't see it. It feels like it would make sense the other way around, but there has to be something. Whether it's in scrims or maybe even a hunger. Maybe Vikash is like, dude, you see me shred on Viper? Put me on Jet. Watch me.
Yeah, but my argument the other way around would be, do you think Alfia doesn't have that hunger?
Sure.
Did you just watch him play Raze in the last map? Like, have you watched him play any aggressive thing? There you go. We've got a slight delay at the moment. Alfia has client issues. It's put him on the wrong agent. That's what it is. No, I'm kidding. That's
a client issue, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute, I'm meant to be the Jet.
The pictures were swapped.
Swap chairs.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, I do doubt it, but that very well could be it. You know, for Fnatic right now as well, though, Tom, this is it didn't actually happen in the end, the comeback on Split. They didn't get Fnatic, but they were bloody close to it.
Yeah.
They come in now, NAVI, you know, at least recency bias looking at that second half of Split. I'm going to hope that that's the team that we see stepping onto the stage here, because they looked a little bit confused and confounded at moments, even in that second half, first 2 rounds. And Jet was Vekash's most played agent in VCL France last year across his VCL France and VCT careers. So again, maybe he just has that hunger of put me on Jet, let me show you what I can do.
It's not the doubt that he can't play it, it's the doubt that he can play it better than Alfie.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
exactly.
I doubt that of most people. Maybe other than LaRock.
There are big boots to fill. Fnatic, attack sign start. Hero has embedded himself in elbow, and they do not know. Not an eye cast in his direction. And a double tap looking for more as Alpha falls. And Hero eventually removed from the realm, but his impact, oh, it's not going anywhere. Fnatic, 2 men behind and no ground really to speak of traded out for those losses.
Yeah, this one's going to be a difficult fight back, an opportunity, but Sociable not going to overplay his hand. Especially when they've got Ruxic locked in on the other side of the map, although he's got walkabouts again, an opportunity, but the shot's just not connecting for either of Brashies. 35 seconds up and coming on the clock, a full retreat, giving time for Crashies, and there you go. There you go, got there in the end. A few extra shots towards Sociable and Ruxic now under pressure, a chance to turn this back into a 2v2 if they can isolate this man. And that is a big if. That's
a problem. NAVI are closing in like a net. Ruxic with a phenomenal shot. And a second to add to the tally. Nicely done. NAVI find themselves the pistol under their belt. And a great start from Hero. That push up into elbow played to perfection. Really nice.
Yeah, fantastic start to the round. And this is the duo we talked about with NAVI. This Ruxic and Hero duo has become one of the best we have in EMEA. Yeah, as you can see, that was quite a while ago.
Move!
643 days.
Where were you 643 days ago, Tom?
Probably commentating Valorant.
Probably commentating that match. Oh, well, Fnatic not looking likely to take this one. All down to the pistols. Maybe a bit of a map exploration from them.
Judge. Felt like
yeah, Kayak almost got a kill somehow. That's a decent bit of damage done, but no weapons on the floor for NAVI just yet. And even if there was one, as long as Xiao's close enough by to pick it up, although he is on the B side, the potential for some damage. Oh, that potential's gone. Very nice stuff. NAVI with an in-zone flawless here in round number 2. And in the next one, the game really begins. Rifles out for Fnatic. The thing is, though, with so many people surviving, Tom, NAVI you're going to have no issue in terms of investments.
Yeah, I think genuinely the thing that most excites me going in is how Sociable is going to be on that defensive sniper. I think that he is incredible at this sort of role. It's one of the sort of almost extra pressures that are put onto someone like Filu when you kind of look at Sociable and go, if I put him on Filu's roles, does he do a better job? Because at times this guy has just popped off when given the sniper rifle, when given the opportunity to be aggressive, and that's exactly why you have him on this agent. A swap up of weaponry finds Xiao left with the Judge and Filu given the rifle, and while Ruxic playing at the back of the bees. It is not great.
It's hard to watch. Like, divert your eyes. Oh, goodness. Poster gets there in the end. A very valuable pick for Fnatic. Remember, this is a round they come into with advantages stacked up in their favor. NAVI have so many weaknesses, and despite damage onto Filu, they're still in a 4 versus 3. And Fnatic are completely spread out. The other problem is that they got the info on a player close on A, playing on that corner on the left, not the one that Xiao is on. The drone didn't see him. And the Judge sitting in that corner now strikes the element of surprise.
There we go.
By his side as Filu gets the double. NAVI find a 3-0 start. Oh, Fnatic's map pick not looking quite as good, at least in the opening rounds.
No, to win your bonus, especially when you had some gaps. But this is sort of the difference. I feel like although having Ruxic in slightly more aggressive roles, you put him on a Viper, you have his utility around him, and he just plays as confidently, still takes those same risks, but you're just a lot less likely to have that level of expectation. The fact that both of those early fights are going in the direction of that deadly duo, not a great sign for Fnatic, of course. This was the half versus BBL that they severely struggled on. That attack side was, what, 2 and 10 after a 9-3 defensive half.
Cutting through.
Ended up losing the map because of it. This time they have at least started off with a pick onto Sociable. But it's the rest of the players that have the rifles, and in fact, there's already a pincer coming in onto mid.
Poison's off.
Oh, careful.
Well, the spike's still inside main, but they're looking for that fight. Drawing eyes, Rooksik down means they're rotating in, crossing by this angle that Xiao's currently on, where Boaster lurks and waits. Shot landing from afar puts him to a sliver of health. And that should be an easy cleanup for Boaster. VALU, the last man standing, he's been detected, he's been heard, and the rifle's being recovered across the board. This is far from an easy recovery on the round. 2, 3, now under his belt, but the ace will be denied in its early stages. 3-1 on the board. Somehow this is the round that Fnatic fight back into.
Of course it is. Yeah, just able to win some of those early fights. I think getting rid of Sociable immediately left a pretty big gap, and then just being able to swarm onto the players on this side of the map. I think the Marshall also got multiple tags out from Vekaj, so maybe a part of their attack side is going to involve him having that jet operator. Maybe that's the same on the defense as well. Freeing up Kayak to be a little bit more aggressive. I am intrigued as to the reasoning, but for now at least, very aggressive early start out from VALU, and it's a 1-for-1 trade.
I got the spike.
Do they keep pushing on that, though? I mean, look at the position Rooksik's gone for. You've got Sociable posted,
Not a good
operator
spot to
in
be
hand.
though, is it? Like, fighting that window is not a great spot.
I think he was just going there for a moment because the angle's being held by Sociable. So he clears that. If someone's in the window, they should peek soon. They don't, so he goes back. But now Sociable's the one that has to hold that control. He's already sent his decoy out and it was broken. Now he goes walking forward. They don't expect that. Why would they? Frankly, foolish move a lot of the time from Sociable, but that's exactly why it works.
Yeah, we saw it in the last map with the Sky Flashes. He's very good with timing, and you see it again. The perfect moment to re-peek, looking for a little bit of an operator. Oh, we've seen this man do this many a time. A rotation already in from Rooksik, but he is somewhat isolated. Doesn't want to give the game away, doesn't want to give that 2v2 over to Fnatic. And is waiting for support.
Nice shot by Boaster. Okay, back to even footing. A smoke up. Oh, another player spotted as well. Valuable information. It's only Rooksik who's unknown, but he's wrapping around. With Alpha finding that shot though, 1v1 after the pick. Rooksik's position now revealed. Alpha, yeah, ready and waiting for the jump up. And an execution that awaited Rooksik puts Fnatic up to 2. Catching back up now. It was a thrifty round, followed by this. They're just 1 away.
Hey, that was going to be a little bit more frustrating. You get these early advantages. I think Sociable definitely was a bit too greedy. It is the reason you put him on this role, is because you want him to get aggressive, you want him to take space, but then a lovely shot hit by Boaster on that operator.
It's not me here! Who are you picking again?
The difference as well in warm-ups from those teams, honestly, like Navi were sat down there locked in, tech check and making sure everything's working. Fnatic, I think they went through like the Spotify top 100. They were singing away. Well, I was scribbling away up here earlier on, and the vibes always immaculate on that side of the stage, regardless of the score. For now, it's serving them well. Climbing back into this game, 1 away from NAVI, and an opening pick with Sociable punished on that mid-aggression. It's NAVI that are left with really the ball in their court to make a move. They don't have info. They're cleared mid now. There's no one there. But luckily for them, there are 3 players. 2 are in mid, so they're super close to this B hit. A lot more presence from the defense should be here than expected.
Hunter's Fury being used. Very aggressive position already, but Vekaj is going to be taken out by VALU. A good flash to make that a little bit easier, and Hero caught on the cross. Leave Xiao alone. 1 versus 4. I don't think there's any reason or rhyme to attempt this.
Gun here.
especially with economy so poor for NAVI at this stage. Much more direct approach from Fnatic. And these are the sort of rounds that I feel like I enjoy. Like, you have these slow, almost captivating rounds for Fnatic that can cause them issues at times. But when they throw that spanner in, the faster paced round, a lot of teams get caught off guard. And well, with the Hunter's Fury to clear out Ruxic, that B site looks a lot friendlier.
Yeah, you know, for NAVI, the thing that's surprising is the fact that there were 3 players so close by to this B site. Like, you had 2 that were just re-clearing the window as the first wall went up and as the utility came through. Filu makes it to backside. Filu as well, who's on a bit of a tear of the game. And I think Hero was there as well. The Hunter's Fury of his own sent into this round as a response. They weren't able to get anything from it. And this is the problem, like thinking about that execute, about Fnatic playing a faster round, well, it doesn't get much better than having 3 players ready to greet them. And yet, all that resulted in was, yeah, there were more defenders there, but there were more bodies when the exec was done. Fnatic still finding favor. Now looking for the lead. With NAVI on a very patchy buy. That's the only rifle they have.
Yeah, shot connected by Ruxic, though, is almost going to force them back into position. Xiao's aggression punished immediately, and the net being thrown out by Fnatic has done well to sort of stop a lot of what this defensive side wants to do. Like, you've got yourself a Neon Yoru. The expectation is you're going to have aggression. You're going to consistently try and push and pressure the map, and I think in some of the earlier rounds, Fnatic fell victim to that.
Deploying drone.
But as they go along, they've been better and better and catching some of these riskier positions, forcing players out. Thing is, the rotation, as you said, is coming because of that delay, and Sociable already 1 down and a second as well.
Yeah, Filu's the guy to get the second kill. That was your B player, by the way. They've now rotated in for the double kill. But space taken back elsewhere. You know, this shouldn't be a round that comes this close either way. There's now weapons recovered for NAVI. They came in with weaknesses, but a stack towards A and a Neon rotate on the other side. And basically, the entire squad was here. Now, you kind of expect the Viper's Pit to go down on B if you're NAVI. You think that Alpha's probably close. You saw the orb go on Crashies. Both site is the most likely scenario, but a missed shot. That's it. Oh, now the advantage gone. They needed to at least take this to a 2v3. NAVI can just run the numbers game.
Crashies, they know roughly where Alpha's going to be coming from, and he's already going to be cleared out by Ruxic. It leaves just one standing. Well, it's a bit more labored than he would have hoped for. A big round out from NAVI, the gamble rotation early that caught Fnatic off guard. And that's it. In the early stages of the round, they did really well to sort of clear all of these aggressive dangers, but just some wonderful shots hit by Sociable. I think he got an insta-kill, and then it was well, this, I think one of the players was like 1 HP that Filu ended up killing, but very good round from him, and then Filu stepping up with a rifle as well, which just said, this is kind of what we wanted to see from this guy. 12-3 right now.
Well, it was the only rifle they had, bit of a risky early stance pushing up B main, but again, the fact that the only rifle they had was on B, everyone else was A, and when the exec came in, because of a delay from Snakebite, when the exec came in, the second and third kills went to the B site player, who had sprinted all the way back around. Again, the benefits of having your Neon alongside your Yoru, you have not the only benefits, not even the main benefits, but faster rotations on the defensive side. And here, that translates to a round win for NAVI, and the lead staying in their favor, or rather going back to it after the tie-up earlier on. Now the B side under threat. Cosmic Divide in, dash in as well from Vakajan. And that backside hold from Ruxic doesn't last very long. Crumbling across the board are NAVI.
Yeah, really nice execute. One of the sort of things you've almost felt was a necessity was Ruxic being able to hold the line on this B site. We've seen it a lot with Vipers in any iteration of this map.
Yep.
It can be a very lonely.
Oh!
Okay. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. I'll give him that.
My favorite thing I've ever seen Filu do. Please survive this now.
He's staying in 3. You know, he's having a good game.
I really want this to be like that kill's so much cooler if he survives this, because then they've actually translated to an op. Hit it. Yeah. No. Calm down.
Oh, he's going for more. He's going for more. Why not? No.
Okay, why not? This is why. Run for your life. Okay, crazy round from Philo on the exits there. That's definitely piqued my interest, but for Fnatic, a round win still secured. And again, we're back to equal footing, 4-4. The early lead from NAVI. They're not happy to see it slip away twice, so a timeout is going to be called.
Yeah. 4-4. The thing is, I look at this half, and I look at, obviously, Fnatic. They really struggled when it came to the attack, but it is a different looking comp. You brought in that Jet to try and help things out, but the reality of it so far is that Philo has been on a tear. And that was the main criticism. When this roster was built, obviously we didn't know how Xiao was going to be as an IGL. We knew the sort of 3 Turkish players. We knew that Ruxic, Hero, and Sociable were going to be good. We've seen it all the way through last year, both Hero and Ruxic especially having incredibly high peaks. This was last week for Philo. These are the stats we were looking at. And for anybody wondering, they are not good. It didn't go well. He got completely shut down. Right now, he is 14-3 in a game that they are drawing. He is the reason that they are currently competitive in this map. And so it's a very different looking story, because my question now goes, all right, where's everyone else? Where's Ruxic up the top of the board? He's been shut down quite a few times on B. And I think that if you have Philo firing, I need to see the rest of the squad up there with him.
I think that's a very fair call. He is 14-3 at the moment. I mean, he's almost got the same kills as Sociable, Hero, and Ruxic combined, which is one hell of an accolade for anyone.
Hey, but I think the same as -1 of them plus Xiao.
Great, thanks.
Checking the situation.
So I think the reality is, you know, looking at this situation for NAVI, Philo has been underperforming. Last week was awful, and this bounce back was the reason that there is a heartbeat to the matchup. But NAVI still losing that lead for the second time, but Fnatic yet to gain it. This could be where that all changes, though.
Who's next?
Sociable genuinely never changes. So aggressive, but not been forced off this time. Viper's Pit to the back of sight. A lot of pressure being put on. Sociable has been able to find Althea. A big early pick. The Viper's Pit on the other side, gone out of the round, and finding this Viper's going to be so important. There was an opportunity for Vakaj, but that opportunity has faded. And with the spike still able to go the other way, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Can Kayak get out of here, though? His gate crash is fading, and it is gone.
Yeah, he wants to take this fight. They know they got rid of the drone thanks to Crash. He's spamming Hero as he popped that out, but the swing from Kayak into Philo. I tell you what, before today, I know who my money would be on in that fight, but Philo right now, he is on fire. And Fnatic, again, it seems, have been stopped right as they were about to reach their goal. The lead evades Fnatic yet again in this first half with NAVI. I mean, it seems like stealing it back unless we're going to have another very late round play from Fnatic. I think they're just saving their weapons.
Yeah, maybe if they knew how open A was, they might give it a go, but I don't think they're willing to just risk the additional rifles. Crash is a little bit low on credit, so it makes sense, but I like the idea. Obviously, after a pause, after your opponents have had the expectation that you're going to have these slower rounds, you're going to have patience, they just run it in for that aggressive B execute once again. And there were moments where they weren't far away. I thought the Vekaj was going to be able to find Ruxic. Obviously, we have a slightly clearer vision than he does. But it is this man. I feel like Sociable has been very hit and miss, but the rounds where he's managed to find them openers, it's just been so irritating. And it was so close to that pit dropping and it being a nightmare for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I mean, they just couldn't get the pit gone. The fact that Ruxic survives, the fact he wins the fight inside of it as well, it's all that they needed. A 5-4 scoreline for Na'Vi. A great start to their defensive side. They've declined Fnatic's comeback into this. Their ascent to leadership status, and with a couple more rounds to play for, victory in the half still very much possible. Now for Fnatic, an op in the hands of Kayak is searching for picks in middle, but he's not going to get offered the kind of fights he's looking for. Na'Vi are aggressive, sure, they've pushed him in A main, they've got Sociable in the spot that we're seeing him in right now.
Nowhere to run!
But he can always get out. And for, oh, wow, hold on. Hero almost getting taken out. I was going to say that's a problem for Fnatic, is that there's not any picks really available to them without just heads-up fights. That was very nearly won, but Hero still alive on 70.
Oh, my. He's really feeling it right now. An opener onto Boaster. Smoke's dissipated. 45 seconds left, and they're walking into what is still a fairly stacked up side. A nice shot from Kayak, though. That's sociable gone. Still 2 remain. Xiao trying to move over to the back of the site. Has the support of Ruxic, and Ruxic's done well. Vekash walking with knife out. Not expecting a second player to be here. In fact, though, the attack are going to try and double back, but they're going into the man at the moment. Almost lines them up and just looks to get out of there. Alpha here with 20 seconds. He needs to just run it straight towards Filu, who's holding the angle, even trying to bait the shot, but Filu does not miss. A different man this week, as he has got another triple. And I believe that's now, is it 18 kills? Yeah, 18 and 3.
What an insane performance. The fact that this is a 6-4 scoreline, by the way, is ridiculous when he's putting up these kind of numbers. Looking good with the AWP as well. So many shots have landed for him in the past couple of rounds, but 18, and it might be one of the best starts to a map we've seen. And for it to be Filu again, considering, not from him though, I mean just generally here at Kickoff. And the reality is, Filu has been awful so far. So this is a much needed confidence boost.
I would say last week.
Man.
Other than that, he was average.
Yeah, he was all right.
Okay. Once again, Sociable's gone. We've heard the rumors of Scrim Filu. Potential Filu. And I think we're finally getting to witness it. This time, though, Boaster will shut him down. Xiao low, but still holding on to life, clinging to the site. Shot darts flying past that eventually Alfia will clear him. It's the low buy rounds where Fnatic have seemingly been able to do far more than they should. And now the other star operator player on the other side, Boaster, with a chance. Crashies finds a rifle. The Brashies duo didn't make it to the top of the tower in Mini's ratings, but we'll see if they can do it this time. They're just about surviving still. Holding on to life. Boaster going back for a little more. This time he lands a shot, but the trade is there. And it's going to be the Sovas facing off the doppelgangers against each other with only one standing in the end. They're wrapping around each other, and Hero's got the time against him, but he'll still land the immediate headshot. Time a little bit low, but there should be enough of it for the defuse.
I guess that's a little bit of karma for Crashies. I mean, he had some crazy clutches in the previous map. It had to go the other way eventually. But 5 HP being the margin for Navi. The climb back continuing, a 3-round lead. And it started out so nicely, you know, for Vikash, who's had a very tough start to get in there, find a pick, do some damage to Xiao as well. And with boots on the ground, players on site, that should have been all there was. Oh. Hero does so well in the end, finding 3 kills and pushing Navi to a guaranteed lead at the half. The question is by how much? 8-4 possible on a map that, especially with Navi losing their pick to start this, I didn't have a lot of faith in them coming into this. Certainly in the last map at 11-3, I didn't have a lot of faith in anything on Breeze.
Oh, we'll see about their attack side, I guess. Okay, Hero, okay! I guess if just spam the angle and they walk in, it gets easy. Nice work from Alpha here. Hero, well, you could tell. He's like, all right, this might be my round, but a fair bit of damage done. Doesn't want to overdo it. Hunter's Fury sent through. Boaster on a bit of an off angle, has managed to clear one, but just before the Cosmic Divide goes up, he falls and leaves just 2 standing. Viper's Pit for Alpha gives them some space, but also locks them in, and Hero has managed to take him out.
The shock didn't land, at least. Alpha on the Viper. Well, it's a good thing he's not the Jet. Otherwise, he wouldn't have a chance at this clutch. On the site, orb up. He's going to cross out of the pit, looking to take this fight deep, but the AWP is holding. Fielder with the patience, paying off. An 8-4 scoreline at the half. What a wonderful performance from NAVI. They just need to keep up this momentum for half 2, and we may well have a 3rd map on our hands.
Yeah, really impressive stuff, especially out of Filu. And obviously, it's one of those games where he just is feeling it right now. But while we wait for the second half, here's Xiao breaking it down on Navi's roles for 2026.
The big comparison to last year that we have big flexibility because Soshi is the guy who can take any role which is hard to perform, let's say, or you need a lot of experience. He's like easily willing to take them. Same as me. So we have like 3 insane shooters, insane grinders like Phil, Ruxic, and Hero. Their role just to be comfortable, and me and Soshi, our main goal is make them this comfortability on the high level so they can perform insanely well. I'm very confident because they're young. First of all, they're hungry to play, to win. Yeah, so far they, like, for example, Ruxic, he never qualified to international LANs, and I think it's one of his dreams right now for this year, for this season. I think Hero would like to repeat his journey as he had with Fnatic on Champions 2024. And Philo also, like, same as Ruxic, like, guy wants to grind, want to play, and obviously win. For us to come back to international stages, the most important is to keep what we're doing on Prags, bring this mindset, this like discipline from Prags, which we spend like, let's say, 90% of time, right, to the official games. And this will bring us to like top 3 easily of EU, like EMEA, and it will bring us to the LANs. So we just need to be able to transform this mindset discipline into official games. But I think we shouldn't have problem with that because, again, everyone already have some kind of experience on stages, and everything goes smooth so far. So I don't see any issues which might happen.
Wingman World while what?
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Wingman World while wanting a well-won break. Let's go!
Welcome back, folks. 8-4 is the score. NAVI, well,
Wingman
they don't need that many more. Wingman won a well-earned break. And so as we come into this, Tom, for Fnatic, a slow first half, but hell, this is their chance. This is their chance to prove that they've got what it takes. 13 days as IGL. Yeah, that is a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. Was it 2096? That's genuinely madness. You asked earlier, like, what I was doing 600 and something days ago, the last time they played Breeze. I have no idea what I was doing over 2,000 days ago, but I do know the Boaster was still the IGL of whatever team he was on at the time. Nonetheless, we are back in. A pistol fairly important for Fnatic on their map choice. I was maybe expecting them to pick the Abyss. There you go. Finally, a little bit of magic from the Cash Jet. Not seen much from it so far. Kayak. Oh, hello. He's definitely spotted his opponent. That one didn't seem too difficult for him.
Spike down, B.
No, it didn't seem too difficult for anybody on Fnatic there. An in-zone flawless, and I feel like the round barely even started for NAVI. They got ready for the fights, and, well, they were already over. A pistol round for Fnatic here. I guess, Tom, in terms of their bounce back, because this is what we know Fnatic for. Starting slow, fighting back into a map. They're moving on to the defensive side now. They win the pistol as well. How confident are you in NAVI closing out this map? I mean, obviously, I guess more so the question is how confident are you in Fnatic bouncing back into it?
I'm fairly confident. They looked very good on the defense last time. Obviously, I think they've switched to a comp that's more aggressive, like bringing in the Jet into the mix, and also the Yoru for that little bit of like escapism, rather than having, I think it was the Sage in last time, which, okay, that adds a lot of delay on the defense. Like you can have, the slows are still fantastic, like the wall can also section off angles, but I do think that this is where I think firstly Kayak can thrive a little more, get that operator in hand, get up in face, still teleport out of there, as he's doing right now. Thank you very much for the example. And also then, like, what we can see from Vekaj as a similar thing on the other side of the map. So I think that they're still going to be deadly on the defensive side, and I think it would be foolish to get too far ahead of ourselves and say, like, oh, this is done.
Without a doubt, yeah. It's the beginning of the second half, and still, well, some promise. NAVI trying to pick on backside. Numbers back to even. Still weaponry advantage for the defensive side.
Isolated.
Patience as well coming out of Crashies. Alpha holding his own. Crashies lands that flank control, and Filu and Hero now have to hold that back sight as the rifles descend. Alfier thirsty for blood, and, well, perhaps that's quenched his thirst. A 6th on the board for Fnatic and relatively cleanly done. The key thing being that Boaster's got a pistol to play with, so there really will be no losses.
Yeah, no real damage taken. I think it was only the Marshall that was gone, and I guess if they're not planning to keep into the next round anyway, there's no point just dropping it somewhere. But yeah, Alfia does well. I was a little bit nervous because the rest of the team was still fighting elsewhere as he was fully into the site, but I guess this is just a little bit of a boost for him to climb up the board, 12 and 9, halfway to that Viper's Pit. And I also think as well, like, you look at the current table, for Filu on the attack to replicate those numbers is almost impossible. Like, it would have to be the best game we've seen from him ever, but also one of the best games in the league. Like, you're now diving in first a lot of the time. Sure, in tandem with Sociable, but that doesn't make it an easy task. Whereas on the defense, he has an operator he's set up, he's fighting picks and then having utility to support him get out of there. So I want to see how that duo is going to work differently now they go onto the attack.
Yeah, I think if you had that same level of performance in this half, Alfia's kill record would be challenged in regulation. Alfia and Zeus's, and they both own it. Fnatic have Vikaj moving towards the doors. He's heard them though. He knows that they're en route, but this shot, it proves to be easy to start with. Decoy catches him fully though, blinded up. He is dealt with. Kayak has managed to put a spanner in the works. Coming up behind them now, meaning that Sociable's essentially trapped in a corner. The team tries to float out to help him. Nice connection by Xiao, trading headshots with the Bulldog from Boaster. The shock dart almost took him down, but NAVI not ready to relinquish control of the round just yet, as Sociable finds himself a triple. And I think back to that SOT we had, that little video from Xiao, he named everybody else except Sociable. He was like, they're all here for the aim, for the firepower. Well, Sociable might be challenging for that as well. I don't think he's just supporting.
He did start with him saying he could play anything though, right?
Yeah,
I think he just named everyone else.
And he was like, the other three have got aim.
So if anything, I think it was the other way around. He was hyping up Sociable, went, oh wait, I have other teammates. I should talk about them too. No, I think he is right though in terms of Sociable's ability to just play anything. Like you stick this guy on a deadlock, and I think, didn't he drop like 39 kills in one of the maps last year? Like, the guy really is a jack of all trades and a master of most, which is a very rare thing to have, and his Yoro has started off well. Of course, this is where we see the operator in hand, going to be in the hands of Vikaj, so as said, a little bit more freedom potentially for his teammate, and as his teammate dissipates back, he's managed to find that opening pick.
Mentioned as well, Vikaj having that tough first half. It was like 2-8, 2-9 at some point. It was really hard, but that is again what awaits Filu a lot of the time. They swap sides. Now that NAVI take that attack approach, Filu not posted on the angles. Instead, he'll be swinging into them for now at least, though. Posted on mid, waiting for Crashies to make a move, and he steps into the angle. Drops Crashies immediately. The element of surprise paying off tenfold as Kayak tries to, make his way up behind them. Thread the needle, and well, I thought he was getting more than just a one, but the numbers stay even. And for Fnatic, I expect him to wait to try to take the retake together, but Alpha can't help himself. Gets in there and puts the advantage firmly into Fnatic's court.
It's safe to say that he is feeling it right now, and well, a little bit ahead of the curve again. That's given Hero an opportunity. A Bulldog, and then, of course, an Operator. Not the ideal retake weapons, but they get faced by NAVI, and both NAVI players win their fights 10-6. Maybe a little bit over-aggressive in that retake from Fnatic, and then it all comes tumbling down.
Yeah, I mean, look at it two ways. On the first hand, the fact that Alpha played aggressive got them the advantage. It also gave it back. I mean, not gave the opponent the advantage, just gave it away back to 2v2. And I think that's, you know, it's one of those moments where I don't think it's even, you call a pause and you say, guys, got to play them together. Alpha was feeling it, and a lot of the time when he feels that extra peak, he ends up hitting it. But a good punish by NAVI. Double digits on the board, Fnatic on an eco, and map 3 very much on the horizon.
This is a tough round for the defense to get anything, especially with the patience of NAVI grouping up, leaving one lurker just in case there's a mid push. Ruxic does have to be a little bit careful. They are walking up on him. He's very well aware of the angles, though. Doesn't give anything up. In fact, even being surrounded, yeah, Sociable with the sniper's not going to miss that one. A very big advantage in this round, and well, not exactly the weapon you'd want to have for Boaster if you've just lost mid.
No, I don't think he's going to be taking that fight on range, but ratting in the corner is just perfect. Drone didn't see him, but he has been spotted by Sociable. And even with the damage done, converting that to a kill will be a tough task. Alpha here even used the Viper's Pit this round towards A main. That's now fallen. So for NAVI,
1v5 Bucky retake on B.
I mean, it's a big economic builder, but also the fact that, okay, there's a pick. Or not. Cool. I'm not quite sure how he's gotten away with that one, but yeah, for NAVI, big money maker round, but also removing an ult on the other side, a very valuable ult as well. Yeah, this is the home stretch for the attackers.
It's a great time for the end zone flawless to come in and put them in a position where they can have that little bit of a economic boost to fall back on. Oof. This is where the defense once again. Backash with the sniper. Kayak's Dimensional Drift online. I'm a little bit nervous. When you see the attack side on this map, especially with the Hunter's Fury, just makes those executions so much cleaner. Filu taking that space, knowing that that disruption is likely to come through for him in just a moment. And for Boaster, if they use that ult, there's going to be a tough hold. They're just walking out there. In fact, they just have faith in Filu to do the damage himself. Walked out. Boaster's already been spotted. Now he's completely surrounded. Nowhere left to go. And I was thinking, okay, Hunter's Fury is going to be great for the take. Well, it's even better in post.
I think they actually almost baited out because they have it, because they took such a fast early approach. I was waiting to hear the sound cue called. Because as soon as you get into doors, you're like, okay, ult is going to come through. And obviously, you can clear out this space for your guy coming through doors, this space for the guys coming out through main. It's huge. And actually, you see Fnatic back off. You see them set up their gate crashes to fall back. You see them not take those early fights, waiting for that point of initiation. And the point of initiation wasn't an ultimate. It wasn't utility. It was a man like Filu just running around.
There's been a lot of fights in this game where I'm not expecting the player looking the wrong way to win, and then they just managed to take it. Like, I feel like Crashy should have been dead there. We will be able to hold on to the gun. Vekaj not activated because he was on that other side of the map. And while 12-6, a map choice that isn't really showing as to why. Fnatic are going to take a timeout, but I feel like there's going to have to be an awful lot here to stem the bleeding. I think it's a lot more than just a plaster.
Oh yeah, get the tourniquet out right now. 6 rounds in a row needed to fight back into this one. And how times have changed for NAVI, their own map pick. It came in with an 11-3 start, but they bounced back. They fought their way back into the game, and now they come to Fnatic's pick. One, correct me if I'm wrong, that NAVI haven't played so far this year. That Fnatic come in, obviously, you would imagine, better prepared for.
Yeah.
And even change their comp. And I think the fact that we bring the Yoru into play, the fact that we got rid of the Sage, the Neon that they were running last time as well. It's funny because there's a Neon on Navi's side, so what I'm about to say, especially because that Neon is 23-8, this is going to sound kind of stupid, but I prefer Fnatic's comp. I like them moving away from that Neon. I like them having that little bit more diversity with Kayak and Jet as that double dive. But it's 12-6. NAVI are winning. Filu's having possibly the best game we've seen from him.
He's been very good.
Considering the caliber of players he's up against, I think you really have to give him a leg up.
And well, the difference in pressure as well. Like he was part of that big comeback in the last map as well. Like it definitely showing that the level he's hitting in NAVI is far better than in the teams we've seen before. And it was in a team where, as I said, like, he's a piece of a puzzle, not needing to be the star. Sociable already, ultimate online. The path is set. The Dimensional Drift clearing out angles. Now, Boaster has been a little bit cheeky, a little bit sneaky, trying to find a way to get the opener. He's now got quite a few players behind him. He didn't even know. He didn't know they stuck the angle. Probably expected them to just TP out of there. Instead now, Crashies has at least found one, but with a massive disadvantage. The beams of the Furies going past each other with a target potentially met, and actually it was almost two, and there is that second.
That's all come crashing down for Fnatic as NAVI seem to have map 3 locked in, and there it is, 13-6. Breeze ends in favor of NAVI. The series continues on. Bind is coming up after the break.